Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the fifth daily challenge problem of March. And I was going through this question. It didn't look that hard. I was able to code it pretty quickly and with an O of one time space complexity and O of one time complexity. And after submitting my code, I went to the solution section and I can see people were struggling a bit with the space and time complexities. So I'll tell you guys my approach and I'll tell you how I reached there. Okay. So before moving ahead, let's go through the question once. So in the question, basically what it is saying is that considering that you have a string with you have to consider two part of the string. One is prefix and one is suffix. So let's suppose the prefix is c and the suffix is c. It is saying that you have to consider that both the prefix and suffix should have the same values, same characters. If they are same, then we can remove it, and so on, and we will continuously do it until we can't remove the prefix and suffix anymore, and we have to return the length of the remaining string length. Okay, so if we see here, uh, in the ideal case, this will be a prefix and this will be a suffix, but both of them are not same, so we can't delete it. So we will stop there itself and we will return 2 because that is the remaining length that we have. If we talk about this example, then this is the prefix and this is the suffix. Both of them are same, so we can remove it. So after removing it, we will be left with this. Here again, same thing will happen. A and A is actually the same values. So we will remove both of them again and we'll be left with B, and again the same thing will happen, and so on. Okay, now let's talk about this example. Here again, if you see this and this, all three of them are same characters. This is my prefix and this is my suffix. So this all these three values will get removed and we will be left with this value, and again the same thing will happen. This B will be the prefix and this BB will be your suffix. Both prefix and suffix are having the same character, so we'll just remove it and we will be left with CCAA. Further, if we will see, if we make C as our prefix, uh, and this A as my suffix, we will see that we will not be able to remove it any further. That's where we will end, and we will have 3 as the remaining length in our string, and we will return 3. Correct? So this is the question. I hope you got an idea by now that how we are basically checking what is the prefix and what is the suffix, and if they are same, we will continuously keep on removing it. Fine. So if I go through my approach, what simple thing I'm checking? First thing, we know that we will continuously go in the left and the right hand direction until we can't find the prefix and suffix that are same. Correct? That is my first condition. So that's what I'm doing in my while loop. One more thing that is there is that there should be no intersect. Both the indexes should not meet at any point. Correct? This should not happen, because for that what I'm doing is I'm replacing I'm checking that my right value, that is the suffix side, and left means my prefix side, both should be in such a way that my suffix index is always greater. We never overlap. That is, this condition is to make sure that we never overlaps. Okay, and this condition is to check if the characters are matching, then only we'll continue, else we will stop right there itself and we will return whatever length that is left. So the same thing happened here as well. We were continuously shrinking our string until we reached a point where the suffix and prefix were not matching, and we stopped right there and we returned the indexed values that we had. Okay, so this is the while loop for that. Now you know that even though this we know that the suffix and prefix are same, but we need to remove all the similar or all the same suffix or all the similar indexes which have the same string as a prefix and suffix. Correct? So we are doing the same thing. We are checking next to next values every time, and we are just checking that if my next value is also equal to the same value that I'm currently in, that means I can skip that value as well and I'll do left plus plus. That's all I'm doing. Else, if it is the only value that you have, then you will just do left plus plus, so that next time you can pick up the next character. Similar thing we are doing in the suffix side as well. We are checking that if my current value is equal to the previous value as well, that means, consider this example. If both of these values are equal, that is, if my previous value is equal to my current value, that means I can skip this value as well, and that's where I'll do right minus minus. Else I will not consider much. If it is the only value that I have, then I'll just do right minus minus, so that we can move to the next index. And like as you can see here, this C and this C was my suffix and prefix, both of them were equal, so I came inside this while loop, and then I checked that is this and this, both of them are equal or not, this and this. It says no, these values are not equal. That means I'll stop there itself, and I'll just do left plus plus, so that I can start from A from the next run. Same thing will happen from the end as well. I'll check whether this and this is equal or not. So it will say no, it is not equal. So I'll just do J minus minus, so that in the next run we can compare the remaining string, and so on. And in the end I can just calculate what is the final length that is left with us. Now the only one thing that we have to take care is, if my left is more than right. When can that happen? That can only happen when there is no string left. Do you agree with this statement? What I'm saying, if my left somehow goes beyond my right, that means there was some overlapping, or there was some uh, there was some category of values where my left actually went ahead of my right, and that means they came to a same point, or we can say, let's consider this. In the end we were left with a, and further we saw that a and a both were equal, so we did I plus plus, or left plus plus, and right minus minus, and that will be the point where we will see that left actually surpassed right. That can only happen when there is no string left. Correct? When there is no string left, or no or basically we have covered everything, we have removed everything as per the prefix and suffix rule. That's where we will return 0. If this condition is not true, then we can just calculate the remaining length that we have. That's all. And here if you see, you are not using any extra space, so your space complexity is of 1, and your time complexity, although it looks like you are using some nested while loops, but if you see carefully what you are doing, you are just traversing each character once. That's it. You are internally doing left plus plus. That is how it is helping the outer loop as well. So if you see this while loop clearly, it is just iterating each character once, and that's where the time complexity becomes O of n. That's all for this problem. I hope this helps you. See you next time. Thank you.